Hey, it's Pamela. I want to tell you guys why I've been MIA. The lighting really sucks, so I'm kind of standing awkwardly with the camera in my hand. I'm here in my Bowie shirt. Things have been weird. I was gonna vlog earlier this week, just do something like stupid, and I got some weird news. I'll cover that at the end. First of all, I want to say that I actually had a chemical burn on my eyelids. I had bought an eyeshadow palette, and I don't know if I should say what it was, but maybe I can explain it. It was like a neon green palette. The pigment wasn't that great and the glitter shades weren't that great. Anyway, when I took it off my eyes, the eyelids were beet red, and gradually over time my eyelids got drier, redder, itchier, and they swelled up like crazy. And I went to the doctor. He gave me hydrocortisone, but it didn't really heal my eyes. It didn't really take away the swelling or anything like that. This turned into eczema. So I looked on YouTube for cures, and some girl was like, Vaseline. So I went to the drugstore to buy Vaseline, and then the pharmacist was like, don't put that on your eyes. She got the girl from the cosmetics counter, and she had dealt with eczema on her eyelids before, and she recommended a lotion, and it actually really worked. All right, my arm is getting so tired. I like the lighting here, but I don't have a tripod yet, so standing with my arm out. I usually shoot these in my room. I wonder if I sit down, if that'll help. Do I like the lighting here? I don't know. Should I just hold it in my hand? I don't know. Anyway, I used the Avene Sickle Fate cream, and it was actually really good. It works. It's a major improvement, and my eyes don't feel as dehydrated, and I'm hoping that it actually cures it, because it's not fun. Makeup doesn't go over that well. Technically, you're not supposed to wear makeup, but in my industry, I have to. It's part of the job. I have to wear makeup. I have no choice. I felt really ugly, and I'm starting to look normal again, so I didn't want to sit in front of a camera and be like, hey guys, like blah blah, and not address why my eyelids looked weird. Better news, I actually had a role in a short film. I had 2 pages of dialogue, and I have a memory problem, so that's not easy for me. So I kind of put the vlogging to the side because I wanted to focus on the role and make sure I knew all my lines. This past week has really taken its toll on me. Like, my anxiety's been sky high. I got the news I had gotten a job. An actor that I really admire was on set. It wasn't an acting thing. I double a lot, so it was actually a doubling gig. It was just so cool to be in the same room as this person, just someone I admire so much, and get to watch them work in person. And that happened the day that I got this news, so it's kind of like out of it, but it lifted me up a bit. But I'm not gonna say that I didn't I'm not gonna say that I didn't like cry myself to sleep that night. So what was that news? I'm kind of rambling as per usual. Basically, I got a message from my ex, who I have a long history with. Our breakup was a little while ago, but it wasn't that long ago that things happened between us. Give or take 6 months, 8 months, I don't know. He actually apologized for everything, and I could tell that was very difficult for him. I can't stop him from doing anything in his life, but I just figured that there's certain things that you don't do, certain areas that you don't go to, and I am just like, he messaged me that he was dating a girl who I thought was my friend, a girl who knew everything that I had been through with this guy. I thought it was weird that he's the one who told me, and he basically told me just in case it popped up on social media to soften the blow, which I do really appreciate, but I don't understand why, when shit was going down, why they both didn't contact me. Actually, mainly her, because she was supposedly my friend. Turns out she wasn't. She was just a groupie and an obsessed fan the entire time, because he is a musician. He's a drummer. He's played in a few bands. One band was bigger. I'm not going to mention who it was, but they had a scandal and blah, blah, blah. That band is not together anymore. Anyway, she was a fan of one of his bands, and they reunited and played a show in March. We were talking and things were going really well, and he told me about the show, and I was like, oh, I want to go, and he said, I'll remind you of when it's going on and whatever, I'll tell you when it's going on. The time comes around when I think he said the show was, pictures popped up, so he didn't tell me when it was, so I didn't go. And this bitch was there. And he said he didn't invite anybody, he didn't tell anybody about it, he just posted the flyer. But dude, I'm not friends with him on Facebook, and I am not following him on Instagram, though he is following me from what I know from last time I checked. It takes 2 seconds to invite a person, and now I'm thinking about that. And I had asked him, is this why I wasn't invited to the show? He didn't answer that question, so I'm guessing it is. This girl has not said a word to me. I unfollowed her on Instagram. I checked, she's unfollowed me, but of course she did not send a message. I told him just what I thought about this situation, and he is basically saying like he doesn't agree that your friends shouldn't date your exes. I get it if it wasn't a serious relationship, if you're all friends, if the breakup wasn't bad, if you had the person's blessing, like if the person is not, like doesn't have feelings for the person anymore. Like you just check in with your friends, because I can't stop them from dating. I can't do anything, but I can give my opinion, and I think it is a sham. I'm sorry to say this. I think that she is his last existing groupie, and he needs validation that only a groupie can give. I don't know if that's mean, but from my experience and everything, my relations with this guy, I feel like I don't even understand it, because not to be shallow, but to be shallow, this girl is not hot. You know what I mean? And when he told me about it, names redacted, I'm not mentioning anyone, said her name, and then was like, she dated. And I'm like, and I told my friend about this, and she was shocked, and she was like, why would he say that? You guys are friends. Everybody knew me and this girl were friends. So he must have known that we were friends too. My friend messaged someone else that knows all of us. This other person was just like, what the fuck? And then they said, well, I'm not surprised, because isn't she the groupie? So this girl is known as the groupie of this band. And honestly, I had some suspicions, because I remember telling her what I was going through, and I think I already mentioned this in the vlog, but like I don't know if I finished that thought. I've just been kind of a mess, and I'm feeling a bit better, because him and I have talked. He says he still wants to be my friend, but then is like, if you let me know if you want to sever ties. He asked for my opinion, and I gave it to him about her and them, their relationship. And basically I said to him, I'm getting so jumbled, I'm so sorry. It's just so much all at once. I'm gonna watch this back and be like, I'm not gonna post this, but you know what, fuck it, I will post it, I don't care. I lost my train of thought. As per usual. He's worked really hard to get things to be okay with us again. If you lined up all his exes, like we're all 5s and above, and she is like a 2. I'm sorry. She's... No, I just don't get it. She looks like a grandmother. I'm sorry. And going back to the groupie thing, like I said, you know, she was never a friend. She's not talked to me. She's a groupie. She's an obsessed fan because, oh yeah, the thought that I didn't finish. I'm so sorry, guys. I was telling her everything that he did. Like I vented to her and she was like, but that guy, he's a douche, blah blah blah. But she was liking all of his posts, commenting on his posts, and going to all the shows that she could go to, giving him all this support when she knew what I was going through. And My receipts are stacked. I'm not a big liar. I'm a little too honest. I don't have to be as honest. I don't have to like say some things that I do, but I do because I'm a Gemini and I think that's a Gemini trait. I don't know. Let me use my horoscope as an excuse. I've never dealt with this. I've never, ever dealt with this. And I guess like this happens if you date musicians or actors or whatever. You might have some scheming person who was never a friend. They just weaseled their way into the group by posing as a friend or whatever to get close to the person. Like there was another musician I dated and I remember my friend started talking about it and I had a history with him. Like I dated the guy and then she was saying and I was like, you know, I dated him, right? She didn't know. She didn't know at all. So she is forgiven and she stopped and was like, what? And she apologized and she said, if I had known you guys were together, I wouldn't have bothered. And any real friend does not want a taste of your leftovers. They don't. I know I don't. You know what I mean? Especially if I hear how the person's dealt with the person. If like things have gone bad, if the person has a bad breakup, I don't want to alienate my friend by going after their ex. There's 14 million people in Ontario. There's 7.7 billion people in the world. I don't have to go for someone's ex. It doesn't make any sense. And especially when I've seen that person not deal with things that great or treat someone not great. I do have to admit, he's grown. He has grown so much. It sucks that it didn't work out for us because he was my first love. I'm never gonna stop loving the guy. What really bothers me the most about this is it's a really messed up way to find out someone was never your friend. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like me. If you find that you're watching my videos a lot, subscribe. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and hopefully we're back to regularly scheduled programming on this channel. I'm sorry I've been MIA, but those are my reasons why. Why? Those are my reasons why. I thank you for sitting around and watching this. If you made it this far, thank you. I love you very much, and that is all.